Die Hard Mission Monday update. My name is Sue Roscoff, and we are actually live on location tonight. I'm not at my usual spot. I am actually at State Fair Park. So we are finishing an event here. There's been JBF, I've got my shirt on yet, Just Between Friends. We had a huge event here that's just wrapping up, and I've been working here I was gonna say all weekend, but since last Wednesday, and doing lots of good things. I can talk about that later, but there's a lot of news here with Project Die Hard from this weekend. So actually, Die Hard 6 is on the road right now, and that's why he will not be joining me tonight. He's on the road, and actually, just to talk to him about a half hour ago, lots going on. I should pull up some of the info that is relevant here for sharing. Let me see. He said he sent an email. Let me see if I can pull that up to contribute to the conversation. Because he was out with Mark Balin. Mark is with On the Mark TV, and he had a massive event going on in Mesa, Arizona this weekend. And Brian went out to join in that event and got to meet a lot. Actually, just that little bit I was talking to him, there's an amazing amount of information coming that you'll get all the details on next week. But like I said, Brian's on the road right now. When I talked to him, he was somewhere in the middle of Texas, or I shouldn't say in the middle, in the Panhandle, on his way back to home base there. And I am hoping that Mark will be joining me on here shortly because he actually can share lots of info about what took place at the Pickle Brawl event. I'm actually going to pull up Facebook and see if Mark shared information on there because I can imagine he must have. I know he was doing a ton to publicize all the things going on out there. So let me see if I can find some info. Oh, and look at this. So I've got here, I'm going to share my screen with some info and pictures that Mark had posted, and we'll be seeing this together for the first time. So the Pickle Brawl event, inaugural evening of the second annual Pickle Brawl 2, presented by Tommy Ranger, Mark Balin of On the Mark TV, Michael Gray, Ethan Anderson, Julene Farr, and this is all at Dinkendine Pickleball Park in Mesa, Arizona. It was a distinguished affair, uniting a notable gathering of prominent figures, VIPs, and diverse attendees. High-ranking military officials, Hall of Famers, distinguished media personalities, television personalities, CEOs, and entrepreneurs were among the esteemed guests. The event's charitable purpose was particularly noteworthy, focusing on raising awareness about the critical issue of fentanyl and opiate addiction, supporting suicide prevention efforts, which again, that's what we do here with Project Die Hard, and promoting mental health awareness. A palpable sense of unity among attendees made for a memorable experience. As the celebration continues, day 2 commences at 11 a.m. today. So this is what he posted on Sunday. Because it started again at 11 a.m. on Sunday, and featured an amazing program with Arizona State University legends Rick Barry, Jeff Ayers, Ryan Winkle, Fast Eddie, Sandy Knapp Lawrence, Captain Len Taylor, Second Sergeant First Class Brian Gibson. Gosh, you guys know who that is. Sergeant First Class Brian Gibson with Project Die Hard here. And Thomas Long, who's also with Project Die Hard and Apex Business Solutions. Courtney Brown, Ultimate Cart and Doll. Ryan Winkle, Eddie Zuniga. Sorry if I'm pronouncing these incorrectly. I don't know everybody on the list here. But UCLA, Arizona Mosaic, who went above and beyond, reaching out to the Honorable Mayor of Mesa, Arizona, who issued a proclamation to make these 2 days National Fentanyl Awareness Day and National Pickle Brawl Day. James Zuley and his son, Dr. Eric Zuley with Easy Way and BVC Charity. Also Todd Lingle with CARES Foundation. Myron Gunnels, Real Fathers, Inc. Longtime EVIT principal Mark Cameron, oh my goodness, there's so many names on here. This is amazing. Dr. Ebony Baker, who's a financial expert, wellness. These are actually all kind of mixing together. So my apologies if I'm messing any of these up. Several of these folks we've actually had the pleasure of interviewing previously. So some I am very familiar with. We also have, let's see, Million Dollar Mingles. Again, my apologies with the missing commas. I can't tell you for sure how these all come together. But again, Dr. Ebony Baker, I know, is a financial expert. We got Million Dollar Mingle. We got Stephen Dubel. We've got Home Improvement IQ, Chris Dunn, Great Production Lasers, Derek Bowles, Unstoppables, Michael O'Neill, podcast legend, his partner, number one senior pickleball player from Romania, Karen Crawford, Tech Gardner, podcaster, Jessica Lynn, CEO, Pete Zorb, the Dent King was in the building, as well as television legends Ernest Cartwright and Maureen Cooper, UFC legends Don Fry and Dan Severn. The event will also feature notable performances, including Travis Bass singing his Trump song and impersonators of Dolly Parton and Rod Stewart. Additionally, attendees can expect special vehicles, including the world's most expensive car, the King's car once owned by King Edward VIII and Prince David, and a fully armored Mercedes G-Wagon, courtesy of Armored.com, presented by third-generation car enthusiast Randy Kopel. Invited also Clinton Hughes, a renowned expert in age reversal, to participate. We invite your attention to the significant event and encourage your participation. So that was all from leading into the Sunday portion of the event. I'm also going to pull up all these pictures to go through. Here is that Dink and Dine at Pickle Park. I'm sorry, Dink and Dine Pickle Park, where they had Pickle Brawl 2. Here is the flyer. I'm going to scroll through these pictures. That again is, flip to the next one here. On the Mark TV. I am not sure why it's not flowing to the next picture as I'm expecting. And look at this. This is one picture I know I saw earlier, because we have our very own Brian Gibson in the picture here with Mark Balin, and also in the next to Mark is Todd Lingle with CARES Foundation, and I believe the fourth gentleman at the table is one of the pickleball champions. I do not have a name at my fingertips here, but hopefully we can find out who that is as well and be able to share that out. So many great things that took place over the course of the weekend. I am actually going to flip back over and see if I can come up with any more of the notes from the event. You know what? I do have one more piece to share. This is the big excitement of all the things that took place out there, because, again, it was a significant enough event that Brian made his way all the way out to Mesa, Arizona to take part in the event. Sounds like a lot of great connections were made. Check this out. Dink and Dine Pickle Park is now, here's our huge announcement for today, part of Club 22. You heard that correctly. Dink and Dine Pickle Park is now part of Club 22. Dine with them on the 22nd of every month and let them know that you're with Project Die Hard. Mention Project Die Hard, and a portion of what you spend while you're there will come back directly to support Project Die Hard. I hope you caught that. I'm going to read what it says here in the caption here, because Brian is the one that posted this with Project Die Hard. So this is why we ask you to share our mission. Look at God's plan in action. People have asked Die Hard 6 why he drives 22 hours all the way out to this. This outstanding business understands the need that Project Die Hard has, and we're asking you, how are you going to help? Did you catch that, though? This is something that came up at I forget, there was a conversation that we had last week that really struck me. You understand the significance of 22, right? here, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can have this quick conversation. Okay. The number 22, that is, here, I can bring it up in the corner here as well. Hang on. I am going to have my, oh, look at that. Okay. Sorry, you're figuring this out with me right now. I have one more piece to pull up. I'm adding this because, okay, see in the corner there, it says 22. Project Die Hard has the number 22 with a lot of the logoing that goes on because that's the big number that is often talked about, right? When you are talking about the suicides among our veteran population. 22 is the, shall we say, the marketing number. It seems like really, to me, it feels disrespectful saying it that way, but that's the number that's shared out there as far as how many veterans we lose on a daily basis. That's the official statistic that the government puts out. So 22 veterans on average per day. Those that are in the know understand that the number, that's not actually the accurate number. It's actually twice that. So if you can comprehend that, we're going to talk about this for just a minute because this one is too important to not hit. Okay, so 22 is the professed number of how many vets we lose a day. Okay, 24 hours in a day, right? 22 is that number that they talk about. That's almost 1 an hour. This show, that we do every Monday night, is an hour long. So on average, you can figure we're losing at least one vet during this hour. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second so that sinks in. During this time, we will lose one by the numbers. So if you really go by the numbers, though, like I just said, the numbers are actually twice that. Just based on how they count the numbers, all the things, it really is twice that number. So you can figure on in the time that we are live on the air right now that we will likely, statistically speaking, we'll be losing 2 vets during this time. Okay, so now understanding the significance of that number 22, I'm going back here to, hang on. I want you to see it. I need you to get the same visual I have. Okay. So we're back at this piece. I'm making my screen too super big. Okay, look at this. So this again, now you understand why we use the number 22. And Club 22 is where we have these different locations that are willing to be part of Club 22 and stand up to say, yes, on the 22nd of every month, if you come and eat where we are, dine with, in this case, we got Dink and Dine. So if you go there on the 22nd of any month or every month, eat there, let them know that you're with Project Die Hard. They will take a portion of whatever you spent there and donate it back to Project Die Hard. They support us in that way. And we are forever grateful for that. So easy to remember then, it's on the 22nd of every month. Did you catch how many hours Brian was on the road to get from where he is at his location in Kentucky, which is near where Project Die Hard's first location is, which obviously, if you know anything about what we're doing, in Makanda, Illinois is where our first location is, the first actual land and building. He drove 22 hours to get to this event. Because that was when talking and realizing that, because I think it was right at the end of the show last week where we're like, okay, how far is it really from where Brian is out to Mesa, Arizona? And that's when it popped up on my phone that it was like, wait, 22 hours? What? I know you might look at that and say, oh, it's just a coincidence. But I think there's something bigger in God's plans than what I can brush off as a coincidence. The fact that it was a 22-hour trip to get out, and that's just drive time. Obviously, it takes longer than that, right? So 22 hours of drive time, windshield time, and very possibly Brian may be listening in right now and hopefully enjoying what we're covering here. But actually, yes, because he says 47.6 as I'm just trying to think here. I believe that is referring to how many, okay, Brian, if you're listening, you will not be typing while you drive. But if you end up stopping at all and able to share, because this is what he had typed in here, 47.6 as 9F today. So I'm thinking that has something to do with how many, I'm scared to think that that's how many we lost today. I hope that's not what that means, but I'm sadly thinking that is what that means. So anyway, that throws me off, only because every time Brian mentions a number and is saying how many that he's made aware of, how many veterans that he has been told about that are losing their life to suicide, it makes me just stop in my tracks, because that's somebody's family member, that's somebody's friend, somebody's child, possibly somebody's parent, spouse, brother, sister, what you name it. Losing one is too many. And the fact that we lose this many is not acceptable by any stretch of the imagination. So as I'm saying that, as I'm listening to what this means, that's part of why I'm here, right? I'm not one who has served in the military. That is not part of my background. I'm civilian, and I see the problem. I see the need, and that's why I'm here. I'm literally sitting on the floor here, plugged in at the Expo Center at State Fair Park, coming to you live because I made a commitment. I stepped out of my work because I was scheduled to work until 6:30. I stepped out so that I can get this started and to fulfill my commitment, because it means too much to have this happening and not do something, right? So what am I doing? I'm here. What is it that you can do? I always am sitting here wondering why I don't have more, why there aren't more people that are hopping on board directly and saying, yeah, I can do something. I can, I don't know, post things on social media. I can share out the mission. Because what do we always say? Here, I'm going to put it right on here. What do we always say? Here it is. Like, follow, share, subscribe. That's easy stuff there. But what else is it that we say with what we, sharing out what we do, right? Prayer comes first. Pray, share, volunteer, patron. Those are the pieces that are needed here. First and foremost, if you can pray for this mission, thank you. Please continue to pray for what's going on with this mission, because it's important, and we're doing all we can. If everything you can do includes praying, please do that. We sincerely thank you for that. Share this mission out. We are doing, again, a lot on social media. We are talking to people. I was just talking to the wonderful gentleman that there's a security guard that we were having a conversation before it was time to go live here, and telling him a bit about what this is. Talk about it. Talk about Project Die Hard. Talk about the problem. Nobody wants to talk about problems. Suicide's a problem. The fact that we lose this many vets every day, that's a problem, right? So talk about it. If we don't talk about it, if we just ignore it, what's that doing? That's just kind of brushing things under the rug, and No, don't do that. When does that ever help? We need to acknowledge what's going on and realize the problem that it is and do something about it. And if doing something about it means that you can pray for us, please do that. If you can share, if you can like, follow, share, like it's scrolling at the bottom right now, share it out. We are doing all that we can to, I say we very broadly here because Brian really is a massive workhorse behind the social media that you see and making the connections and posting things. Because if we're not right in front of people, we got to be in front of people to be remembered and to be part of what is our everyday. So whatever you can do to share this on your social media would be very helpful. The more times you like what's going on, like literally hit that like button, because that takes you like, I don't know, a second to do. Click, done. So like what's going on. Take that second click and share this out. Share what we're doing. Share the posts that you see when Brian's putting things out on social media. Share it out there because obviously you're seeing it. You're part of the network already. But how many people do you know that hasn't heard of Project Die Hard yet? Share it out there. Don't deny people you know the possibility of actually seeing this. Share it out there. Volunteer with us. To goodness, need more volunteers. And what that looks like for you versus what that looks like for me versus what that looks like for we're all in a different place. We all have different gifts. We all have different talents. We all have different timelines. Whatever that means for you, what can you do? I mean, prayerfully consider what it is that you can do to volunteer with us. And you can reach out and anytime and talk to us about what that might look like. You can email me directly. My name is right there, Susan. Email me, susan@projectdiehard.org. Go ahead and send me a note and let's get that conversation started. You can send it also directly to volunteer. There's another email address, volunteer@projectdiehard.org. You can send it there and start asking questions or introduce yourself or whatever, wherever you're at. If you want to know more, we're very much an open book. So join in and see what you can do. And maybe I don't know if you can hear that, but there is like dozens of motorcycles driving past right now. So if you hear background noise, that's what that is. That is so cool. Love it. Okay, where were we? Pray, share, volunteer, patron. That is another piece of good news. I was told directly that we did get one new patron while Brian was on site at that big event in Arizona. So thank you very much to whoever that is that came from the Pickle Brawl event. Again, don't know names, don't know details, but I do know we have one new patron that has joined the effort. So whoever you are, thank you. We are looking for more. And again, we go back to that magic number 22. $22 a month is a massive help to support Project Die Hard and this mission of preventing veteran suicide. So please consider that. I am going to ask for patience for just a moment here while I grab a little bit more info that I can share out. I'm going to Project Die Hard Facebook first. And hang tight. Oh, look. Imagine that. We're live on there right now. You probably know that because you're probably there watching as well. This here. I'm going to share this out as well. Hang tight here while I share my screen. And there we go. Okay, so I have the Project Die Hard Facebook page here. So if you're on Facebook, it's /Project Die Hard 22. So if you scroll on down here, you will see we are live on there. We're also live on YouTube. And this is the piece that I showed you already with the Dinkendine Pickle Park being part of us now. We have, I have not seen this post yet. So this blessing could be what is needed to complete forward operating base rush. Brian Gibson, our founder, as he answers the community's question. Easy Way TV, Nonprofit TV Network, and On the Mark TV. Tune in and see the team in action. What? I haven't seen this yet. You guys are going to see this at the same time as me.
Here, check this out. This is where all the
Oh, hang on. I just tried to make it big and it's not going to work.
Hey y'all, Diehard 6 here. Check this out. This is where all the podcasters are going to be set up for this event tomorrow. Right in there. But then you come this way. We're going to be able to have discussions here. People will be able to ask questions here. Remember, we have upcoming events we need your help with. A big shout out to Dink and Dine here in Mesa, Arizona. Remember, like, follow, share, tell the world about Project Die Hard.
Excellent. That is perfect. I had not seen that yet. So I got to see, same as you, a glimpse of the Dink and Dine Pickle Park and where he was able to set up. If we go back another day here, I'm going to play this one as well.
Hey y'all, Diehard 6 here. It is Sharing Saturday. It is March 7th, and I am currently sitting here in Arizona trying to get the support needed to build our first facility in Southern Illinois. So, tonight is the big reception for Pickleball Brawl 2. A big shout out to Mark Balin on the Mark TV, Eric Zuley, James Zuley, Todd Lingle, Thomas Long. Oh man, the list just goes on and on and on, showing that if we all work together, more will be done. Remember, pray for the mission, share the mission, like, follow, share, tell somebody. Diehard 6 out.
Excellent. Does that sound familiar? It sounds an awful lot like what I was just saying earlier. So the theme continues, and oh man, look at this. Saturday, May 23rd. If you haven't seen this yet, I'm going to share this as well. Again, with the things that are coming up, Project Die Hard, Operation Big Things, coming up on Saturday, May 23rd. And we need you. We need people to hop on board and participate in this and help make this happen. It's going to be at Southpaw Bar and Grill. And in just a moment, I will click on that so we can grab some more details there. But they also are a Club 22 member. This is located in Southern Illinois, so it says right on here, join the veteran and the ministry service providers of Southern Illinois and Western Kentucky as we all come together to bring hope to our local heroes. Community, come and support them, showing that they are not forgotten and that you care. Learn more about what Forward Operating Base Rush is and what is coming to have a place, not just a day, to get the support they need. Have fun and fellowship and a family-friendly event. So that is, again, going to be at Southpaw Bar and Grill in, I believe it's near Macanda, Illinois. Here, let me click on it quick so we can get the exact location, which I should know off the top of my head, and I'm Murfreesboro, there it is. It's in Murfreesboro, Illinois. So Southpaw Bar and Grill has been a great supporter already, and we are really looking forward to all of the great things that are going to be coming along with this event. Again, Operation Big Things taking place on May 23rd at Southpaw Bar and Grill. It will run from 10:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. So it runs for 7 hours total, and you need to be there. If you are anywhere in the vicinity and can join in that, please do. So scrolling back on down here, and check. Okay, I'm going to see this one more. Here we go. Again, you get to hear from. Oh, I thought that was a video. My bad. But this is at Pickle Park. I love it. All these things. Actually, let me back out of here. That going down the way of. Here we go. This one's the video.
Hey y'all, Die Hard 6 here. Guess where I'm at? I'm in Arizona right now. Why? Because this is where On the Mark TV has blessed us and where we're going to get the help. Let me show you what's going to be happening this weekend at Pickle Brawl 2. Turn this around. Check this out, man. Check this out. We got a big screen up there we might get our logo on too, God willing. But we got this whole thing that's going to be happening this weekend.
Actually, last weekend. This already
Meet
happened.
and greet Saturday, but Sunday is the day. Get on out here if you have questions about the mission. That's why I came all the way out to Mesa, Arizona. Because they're willing to help build our first facility in Illinois. All right, y'all. Die Hard 6 out.
It is amazing, all the things going on and all the things that did take place in Arizona here recently. I do see that we've got some friends joining us. I believe Kurt will be hopping on before too long, but in the meantime, Debbie, would you like to come on in? Excellent. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The one and only Debbie Miller is joining us here today. Debbie, how you doing? So good to see you.
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. The sun is still up, which is awesome, and it's like almost 70 degrees. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
It's a little nicer by you than it is by me. I think we were in the low 60s today, though, so I can't complain.
No, that's a pretty awesome temperature. So I was excited to hear about things going on in Arizona. So catch me up. I missed some of it. The bash isn't happening just yet, though, right?
So this last weekend, the Pickle Brawl 2 took place, and Brian was out there in person in Mesa, Arizona to do all the things. Actually, I see Kurt has joined us as well here. I'm going to bring him in to see if he knows anything more. Oh, thank you. Good to see you. Awesome. I appreciate that. So, as I'm actually live on location here, check this out.
That's what I heard. Man, that sounds
So cool. Seeing
Yeah.
so many fun people that I get to only see a couple times a year and absolutely love it. We had a massive event going on all weekend and it's just about done. So having to, so I'm sitting here, obviously not at home at my usual spot, but having great things going on here, seeing some amazing people. And Kurt, do you know anything more about what's all happened? I just was sharing some of the updates that Brian had posted on Facebook. He had a couple of videos that were from the location there. So I just played those and I was hoping Mark would be able to join us, but I have not gotten him on here yet. I don't know if he's going to be able to pop on or not. Kurt, do you have any updates by chance?
Well, one of the updates we just got from our studio here, we have Lori Cleverly from the Phoenix, Arizona area. She is hovering in our green room here and giving us a private chat that she was bummed she missed it. And all of us who missed it are bummed because the three of us weren't there. So we're all bummed that we didn't miss it because, yeah, they had a lot of fun, very rewarding, a lot accomplished, a lot was done, to help the crusade. Supporting reduction of fentanyl use and all the elements. So did you share Mark's post? Mark had a write-up that was there. So let's see. I see you're communicating with Lori. So
Sorry, there we go. Sorry, I was just realizing I was on mute. There's other things happening here too, so I'm trying not to be too obnoxious. So I did share some things. I had a post, he had a big paragraph. I did read through all that and shared the pictures. So that part I did have on. That was the first thing I shared. And then I did have, after that, I went over to Brian's, well, not Brian's page, but to Project Die Hard page actually, and played some of the videos because he had some live videos from before the event took place. I haven't seen anything yet that was actually during the event, so that's why I wasn't sure if there was more that I was missing, and I definitely want to be sharing all that out. Have you by chance talked to Mark at all today?
I didn't talk to him today. Last I talked to him was yesterday. We were chatting today, texting on the phone. But the last I verbally talked to him was yesterday before he was due to be back at the event. And, the 20 minutes he sat there talking to me made him that much later than he originally was going to be, being back to the crowd. But as far as I trust it worked out okay, even though he was a little behind schedule in the morning with all the surprises and his own stuff. So, so no that way. But I have been getting reaches from Barry Shore from out of Henderson, Nevada, the Las Vegas, Nevada area. He was down there, and so he's following up on moving forward on everything we're doing with the Everywhere card.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to set up our banking, for being ready for all the transactions and everything. So, so we're going to be set up here, thanks to Barry Shore, for supporters to take on $100 gift cards, which means it's a gift card. So you put $100 towards the gift card, and then you get to use $100 worth of value. So it's $0, support needed from all of you out there. And at the same time, for every $100, we at Project Die Hard get $3 from Visa, which is kind of cool. So this is 100. What do you got there?
I've got Mark calling me, so I'm going to mute for just a second while I take the call.
All right, sounds good. Boy, we're going rogue today, all different directions. So, Lori, what we're going to do is, if you want to talk, get yourself on video, Lori, and we'll pull you in to join the conversation. If your video's off, Lori, there we go. So here we go. We're going to get Lori, and she turned her camera on. Welcome to the show, Lori. So Lori's one of our, fellow podcasters. She learned from the crew here how this restream works and how what we're doing right now. Lori has mastered it all with the World Ability Podcast Network. We're kind of going the direction towards 60 podcasters, people new to live streaming that we teach this trade to. And, I've been proclaiming Lori is now second in seat only to our community partner here at Project Die Hard, Zach Clayton, with the PAC channel. He is just doing so much. We're so impressed what he and his wife and their team with Mr. Z from Z World Webs. They're just really dialed in and doing stuff that we're still learning about from how they do all their live streaming, their ongoing programming. But Lori, tell our audience, kind of what you do day by day. What's your novelty? And then we're here with the Veterans Program. So what are your thoughts about how you serve veterans? Take it away, Lori.
Yeah, so my name's Lori, and I am in Phoenix, Arizona. So I was really bummed that I couldn't make it to the Mesa event. But I am a full-service travel agent, and I specialize in disability and special needs travel. My father had Parkinson's for many years before he passed away, and then also my three of my children have autism. We had a fourth son. He was our number 3. He passed away 4 years ago, and so we've kind of had to work through that. And so I wanted to I found travel and wanted to show my kids that we can still be, we can still make new memories. We can still see the world. We can still travel. We can still do all these things, even though we miss your brother, even though we miss grandpa, all of those things. And then, and I have learned how to travel with my family, with the autism, the sensory, and also with food allergies and sensitivities. We have an EpiPen for soy. We eat gluten-free, dairy-free. Two of us have oats allergies, and my favorite cookies were oatmeal chocolate chips. So that was a hard one to realize that I had that oat allergy. So, we have some of those things. So working with suppliers, and then I can also work with veterans, and whether they're disabled, whether they're active duty, retired, doesn't matter. I have programs that have discounts. Some of them are just depending on the supplier. So like I know Sandals and Beaches, you get 15% off. I'd have to double check that. But you get 15% off, and that's on top of other other deals. So if there's a deal going on or things like that, you get that on top. Where some suppliers, it's either you get the current deal or you can use your discount. So just depending on what people want to do, if they want to travel and want to use military, first responders. I've seen medical personnel like nurses, even teachers. I've seen some of them be able to get discounts just for doing their jobs. So I just like to help people, and they serve their country, and I have really really want to give back. And so this is one of the things that I can do. And if they have, any kind of discounts, things like that, I try and make sure that my clients get the best deal by saving, and I'm saving them time and money. So they're saving money by going through me. I'm doing all the research. So they're saving their time, what their time value is. I'm doing all the research. And so they get to essentially have a trip planned for them. They get to decide everything, but they get their trip planned for them. And so then they can just relax and worry about packing the bag and what they're taking with them. And then we get to, then they get to see the world, and I just get to help them.
All right, awesome, Lori. So we're going to go into a little bit of a developing story that kicked in gear while Sue was covering for us. The first half hour of the show. We were over with our friends at Happy Neighbor Project. Debbie captains our H&P posting party. Lori came on about 45 minutes ago to join the party, and then we got John on about some circumstances that Lori has been making her through, being thrown under the bus by our friend Kathy and Debbie here. And now the story gets even a little bit more colorful and a little bit more artistic, because they're coincidentally, or coincidentally, as some of you say it, there's an event on Thursday. So we're kind of coming in here in a little bit of a kind of flash mob fashion, surprising Sue impromptu. So this is impromptu Sue here, impromptu Sue Cam, because Sue doesn't know that she's taking care of on Thursday an event for Worldly Podcast Network, and in her role as ambassador Project iHeart, she's going to find those opportunities to grow our mission through On the Bus on Thursday. But now, Sue, what we're announcing to you is Lori is going to have a booth right across from you, Sue, for Clever Adventures. What do you think about that, Sue? Let's get your reaction. Wait, now you're muted. What? Oh, you're good. You're good.
I'm good. Like, wait a second. I think I'm good. Wait, across where? Say it again.
In the metaverse. The metaverse with the International Virtual Conference on Thursday.
On the bus?
On the bus.
Yes. Awesome. That makes me so happy. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so Sue, you're going to be seeing her for at least 1 hour. I don't know if you're doing more than your hour of your show slot, Lori, but Lori's going to have a guest in her booth, and they're going to be doing the same thing you are, Sue, because Emily and I taught Lori how to do all this restream stuff. So she's going to be doing the screen share, system sounds, having both mics open, all the things to have Clever Adventures going on as planned, because the show must go on. Isn't that great?
I love it. That is so good. I'm excited to hear oh my goodness. Okay, that's perfect, because I have not been able to actually be around when you're doing your show yet. So this will be
Yeah.
fun to be able to have that. Oh my gosh. So, and while we're talking, I'm going back and forth with Mark right now. He actually is still in Arizona, obviously. He's sitting at the table with Thomas Long and James Zuley right now, and he's been trying to video call me, and his phone and my phone apparently don't connect for that. And he's giving me a hack saying, get on the, you got to go somewhere where there's actually internet. Well, how do you think I'm doing this right now? I'm on the internet, honey. So it's one of those, oh, well, it's all good. But I did just send him the link to this in the hopes that maybe they'd be able to hop on here, but I'm not sure if that's going to pan out or not. I'm trying, but they've got big things going on out there.
Yeah.
So it's powerhouse table. If you think about Thomas Long, James Zuley, and Mark Balin sitting around the table together. Yeah, I know, Kurt. I saw his eyes just get big. So
yeah, and with our buddy Thomas Long, I have fun with that one because Kurt means short. So with Thomas, we say, there you have the long and the short, or the Kurt of it, the long and the Kurt.
There you go. Oh my goodness. So, well, and I know you were mentioning then, and my apologies if I missed part of this with split attention here, trying to get Mark on. But with that event that's taking place then on Thursday, so it's called On the Bus, and actually, Kurt, help me out. onthebus.com or what is the
Biz.
B-I-Z.
onthebus.biz. It didn't make sense otherwise here. onthebus.biz is a great event. And here, I am going to share this because it's very cool, and it's open for anyone who wants to actually see what's possible there. I want to make sure you all know how to do this. onthebus.biz. And so check out the events here. I'm just scrolling down. Can you see my cursor moving around?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so sure, what you see there is what it looks like. That actually is the metaverse. So all these people on here have actually avatars. Those are real people in different places all across the world meeting in this virtual platform and having conversations, getting to know one another, doing business, doing all sorts of things. We are going to be there actually doing interviews, actually live streaming, kind of like what we're doing right now, and interviewing people and sharing what they do out to the world. And okay, you can see the blue line here. When you cross that blue line and somebody else also crosses that blue line, all of a sudden it's green now for those two people or 5 people, however many people are in that space, and they can have a conversation that feels like you're in a private room. It's just those people in that enclosed area that you can see them standing there. So if you want to join the conversation, you literally use your mouse, you literally use your buttons to move from place to place, and you'll be amazed at the people that you will meet while you are there and how we can. When I think about what we all do here with Project Die Hard, we are expanding our network and doing things to, as far as I'm concerned, meet new people that can help us help you and make a difference out there. So I know this is a little bit tangent to what Project Die Hard truly is, but we need to do different things to expand our network and reach more people and share out what it is that we're all doing. So I know we're not, yeah, go ahead, Kurt.
But I kind of want to, propose a value that we have volunteers with Project Die Hard, and as a veteran service organization, Sue, you made a comment like, it's a little bit on a tangent, whatever. But to me, this is part of our mission. That when we have a group of entrepreneurs, business people, exhibitors like Lori, podcasters like Lori, we look for that uplift, that assist in our mission, help us save the lives of veterans so that we can go on to a metaverse event, do our networking and do our Clever Adventures, show and all the stuff, and to just look for those opportunities for us. because we're always looking for the prayers for our veterans, for us, for this mission. We're always looking for spreading the mission. What a great way to spread the mission of Project Die Hard, but for on that event. So when you sign up for the event from our show, make sure you let Chris Lipper and the whole crew there know that Project Die Hard and Clever Adventures sent you, because that is the cooperation, that is that mutual approach, that mutual aid, again, to save lives of veterans. Lori, does that excite you that you're in this space where we're saving the lives of veterans?
Yeah. So a little interesting story. Ironically, my husband and I like to listen to go to sleep. We listen to World War II stuff, and so we've done that. And then my husband's kind of gone to more or like still Vietnam and Korean Wars, and he's done some of those stories. But my grandfather was in World War II, and he decided, instead of getting drafted and figuring out, hey, here's where you're going to be going, he went into the Navy, and he was a airplane mechanic, and he was a bomb gunner. He was one of the gunners. And my brother, because we had certain stories, he would say certain stories. My grandpa talked about certain stories, and then there was some things that we never knew. And ironically, through the military archives, you can actually go through and they can put together a book of all of the service records and all of his commendations and all of those things. And so we have learned so much about my grandfather while he was there, because he has all these these commendations and things that we never knew. And he passed away. My grandfather came down here, and he was this grouchy old rancher, and I just loved it, and I loved having him here. I only saw him maybe about once a week because of all of my other stuff, but I absolutely loved having my grandpa here, from being in Montana to being in Arizona, and I just loved that. And I was a teacher for 6 years, and I worked really closely with the ROTC teachers, and I appreciated everything that they were doing and they're serving. And I have a niece and her husband. She's in the National Guard. He's in the Coast Guard. So, I know it's not easy, and I know that there are things that, everybody goes through, but I love giving back. And, veterans are essentially the people that are saying, everything is bigger than me. Let me give back. And so how can we give back to them? And that's just one thing that I can do is to help too.
Awesome. I love it. Man, the more people we can reach, the better we can do for each other. And when I'm thinking about the outreach that takes place, I'm going to grab one more piece here to share, because there are some big things coming up here for Project Die Hard that is all about the outreach. And I think if we can get more and more people on board to what's going on, again, with this flyer, it shows, now is the time to join Project Die Hard. Our founder is going to Arizona. Well, he went to Arizona, and now he's on his way back. And there's a lot that happened there that I only am just scratching the surface of, and I'm excited to hear more. And I'm thinking probably next week when you come on back here to Project Die Hard Mission Monday update, that you'll be getting even more insight of what's all going on. Other events coming up, though, check this out. We got Tater Day in Benton, Kentucky. It's a spring festival happening from April 3rd through the 6th. And again, that is a location where Project Die Hard will be making a presence, and we need some help. Can you come and be part of that fun event and make a difference for Project Die Hard while you're there? Another wonderful event, the Military Expo, taking place April 17th and 18th at Discovery Park of America. That is in Tennessee, and if you want to know more about that, there's ample information online. Just Google it, Discovery Park of America. And if you want to go ahead and include Military Expo with that search, you will go immediately directly to that event and all the details. And then I know we mentioned earlier Project Die Hard's Operation Big Things, again coming up May 23rd in Southern Illinois at Southpaw Bar and Grill. So they are one of our Club 22 members. Again, that big shout out to them for being a part of our mission, along with our newest Club 22 member, all the way out in Mesa, Arizona. We've got Pickle Park. We've got the Dink and Dine Pickle Park, now part of Club 22 as well. So great things going on. And we're running up against the clock here ourselves here tonight. We always end at 7:30. We run for an hour here, so you guys can count on us with what we're all doing. But tradition is when we end, we go around the room and just share a last thought that includes a message of hope for our veterans. So I think if it's okay with you guys, I'll literally go around my screen here. Debbie, you want to go ahead and share with us last thoughts, and also whatever it is that you have on your mind right now as a word of hope for our vets.
Thank you, Sue. It's been great to be here, and obviously I'm excited to hear what all happened in Arizona, since it's a long ways from Kansas City to Arizona. But I appreciate what's being done, and here to help in however I can and to support the mission, because we have to take care of our vets. And I love being a part of the support, and I want people to support my son, who's in the Air National Guard and has been gone for the weekend, so he's back home now. But lots of things are going on, and we need to support him. And we're here, and others are there to support and to step in and be there to help you in person if you need it. So be sure to check what's going on. So thanks, Sue. Back to you.
Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate you being here. Always appreciate you. Kurt, I'm going to send it your way next.
All right. So my friend Mark, calls me, is trying to brand me as the beacon of light here, folks. So let's see if I can live up to that in any ways. So for all of you out there, in this dark place, in the fight with the demons, again, my disclaimer, I've never been there like you are. So it's not like I have a lived experience. I'm not a veteran, so I don't have that to offer, but I am here with everything that I can offer, so that is my message of hope for you, that, we are mustering up as many people like Debbie and Lori, and, and looking for more people to join the team as ambassadors, and, thinking in growth, so we do know that idle hands are the devil's workshop. And, sometimes it could be your story might be pain, and, there could be all these things that just seem like, why is it worth it? Why is it worth it? And I don't claim to have exactly that answer, but I know in my journey in life that there's just tons of possibilities around. And, so it's easier said than done. And I know I have it in the easy position to go after things in front of me and to talk great about On the Bus on Thursday and Happy Neighbor Project and go at all these things the way I do. But that is the point, of what's happening, to come your way. And so the idea is, I say that the greatest honor is when I feel a welcome. I feel the sense of belonging. I feel the open door, and people are hospitable to me. So I guess that's my check-in. Might that be the arrangement between you and me, or with what we're doing here at Project Die Hard, or any veteran service organization, or any of these resources out there. That's what we're doing all day long, every day, working hard on your behalf to the best we know how to do it now. So I always offer you my phone number to call and text me, 262-372-1754. shoot me off an email, Kurt, KURT at projectdiehard.org. Help me help you. Come on in here. Consider the possibility to apply your time and talents to help save your brothers and sisters. So many things that could be a thing for you to attach to and to move forward and to build more and more purpose, more and more value to the day, and just something to put your attention to. I'd be happy to help. With that, over to you, Sue.
Awesome. Thank you, Kurt. Lori, I'm going to send it to you next.
Awesome. So loved being here. I've had some hard things in my own life, and I have come to realize that there's a purpose in everything. There's a purpose for why we go through these hardships. And maybe you don't know that reason now, but maybe in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years, 20 years, doesn't matter. There's a reason. Maybe your experience is what you go through with your experience is there to save the next person or to help the next person. So it might not always be easy. It's not always pleasant, but there is a reason that we go through that we do. And, we come out through the other side and that we're able to help others. So, there's a reason for everything, and how we look at it and how we process that is really going to be what makes us a better person. So thanks, Sue.
Excellent. Thank you, Lori. So Debbie, Kurt, Lori, thank you guys so much for being here. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central to find out all those updates, all the things going on with Project Die Hard. And like you heard tonight, there's a lot happening. So much to look forward to. God's not done with you yet. You're here for a reason. Stick around, find out what is coming next, because there's always something coming next. And it's some good, some bad, you never know. But that's part of the fun. We aren't supposed to know everything that's coming next. And that's okay. Be looking forward and seeing the possibilities, because they're right in front of us all. And if you want to connect with any of us, again, Susan at projectdiehard.org is my email. Reach out. Let's connect. Thank you so much, as always, for all of us here with Project Die Hard.